Why antibiotics cannot be used to treat viral infections. When you fall sick, all you want is medicine to make you feel better. It's the same case with your loved ones when they fall sick. You want them to be given medicine and to feel better as soon as possible. However, when it comes to viral infections such as flu or common cold, antibiotics do not work. Welcome to InaTheMicrobiologist. If it's your first time tuning in to this channel, I make videos on diseases, health, and lifestyle. Please stay tuned to learn more. The reason why antibiotics cannot be used to treat viral infections is because viruses lack the cellular structure that can be attacked by antibiotics. You see, antibiotics are drugs designed to treat infections caused by bacteria. Antibiotics are specifically meant to target an aspect of the bacteria cell structure which is different from that of viruses. Let's start by looking at the structure of viruses. A virus is made up of a genetic material surrounded by a protein coat known as a capsid. And the genetic material in viruses can be DNA or RNA. And whichever the case, it can be single-stranded or double-stranded surrounded by a protein coat. This structure is different from that of a bacteria cell. Let's look at the structure of a bacteria cell. Looking at a bacteria cell from inside going out, a bacteria cell has a cytoplasm. This is the site for biochemical reactions in bacteria cell. And within the cytoplasm, there is the genetic material and ribosomes. The genetic material of bacteria is usually double-stranded circular DNA molecule. And of course, the ribosomes are sites for protein synthesis in bacteria. The cytoplasm is surrounded by the cell membrane, which controls what comes in and goes out of the bacteria cell. Surrounding the cell membrane is the cell wall. This is the structure of a typical bacteria cell. Of course, we have exceptions where some bacteria have a capsule outside the cell wall. And we also have some bacteria that lack the cell wall. For example, mycoplasma are bacteria that lack a cell wall outside the cell membrane. Of course, these are exceptions. Now, when we look at antibiotics in relation to the bacteria cell, we have antibiotics that target the cell wall synthesis. We have antibiotics that target the cell membrane. We have antibiotics that target protein synthesis. And finally, we have antibiotics that target the genetic material of bacteria. When we look at antibiotics in relation to viral infections, for example, antibiotics that target the cell wall, they can never be effective against viruses simply because viruses lack a cell wall. When we look at antibiotics that target the cell membrane of bacteria, they also cannot be effective against viruses because viruses lack a cell membrane. When we look at antibiotics that target protein synthesis, they will equally be rendered useless against viruses simply because the process of protein synthesis in bacteria and also the enzymes involved are totally different from that of viruses. Finally, when we look at antibiotics that target the genetic material of bacteria, they will equally not be effective against viruses because the process of synthesizing the genetic material of bacteria and also the enzymes involved are totally different from that of viruses. So guys, as you can see, viruses are totally different from bacteria, and therefore antibiotics that are specifically meant to target a specific aspect of a bacteria cell structure cannot be effective against viruses. Actually, when we talk about a cell, we can never consider viruses as cells. They are simply entities. And the reason why they cannot be called cells is because a cell is the smallest unit of life. And viruses cannot survive on their own. They need a host in order to survive. That is why they are commonly known as obligate intracellular parasites, meaning they cannot survive on their own. They can only survive inside a host cell. On the other hand, bacteria can be referred to as bacterial cells because they can survive on their own. They don't need a host cell in order to survive. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video to the end. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Also, like and share my videos. If there is any disease or any particular aspect of human health that you would like me to talk about, please include that in the comment section. Until next time, bye.